I'm gonna show that video. I'm gonna show that video. Hold on a second.
There's a line in Garp that you say you can look at the arc of your life and find it interesting. That's what's been for me. It's nice that it has been getting better and better. That's the only thing I pull out of it. I mean, that's nice.
And I'm not taking likelihood, but you know, Robin Williams was definitely a good person. You know, he really was. He battled with his demons. He battled his demons, you know, quite a lot. And you know, you take what you can from people, because some people can't carry the torch, can't carry that torch very well, can only carry it so long until they burn. And that's why I wanted to show you guys this video, you know, because everybody loves Robin Williams. Everybody has a heart for Robin Williams. He really was a good person. He made everyone laugh. He enjoyable, you know. But he was human too, and he had his, and like I said, he had his demons as well. He fought his demons, you know. So I try to take some meaning off this video. Like, if this video helps you and it helps further you on in your battles, then continue to seek out those words of wisdom from people, because sometimes words of wisdom can be very helpful. So like, try to always use other people's wisdoms, because their wisdom can really help you out. I'm still doing my crafting of my gold bracelet. So
It keeps trying, and the fact that I'm offered these amazing things to keep doing stuff that keeps exploring different aspects. That's wonderful too.
The first movie was Popeye.
Yeah.
And if you remember, the opening scene is Robin in a rowboat in a storm, and here's this huge screen at Chinese theater in Los Angeles, and I thought, that's Robin, my little boy Robin. Look at him. Eat your heart out, world. Here he comes.
Forming and doing all these things, we never acknowledge anything negative. And if you do, it gets very violent. Like the time, what happens immediately after the scene you just saw is he starts to confront who you are. So I know who you are. He would have really hurt Jeff's character if he'd gone any further. And that's why he goes, the hallucination guards against that. It's basically, it is freeing to create that character, because you can really explore kind of where you've been and the aspects of why you would want to deny that kind of whole aspect of, you know, performance.
And you know what? When I actually watch this video, you know, it's a little hard to understand what's going on. You know, the only reason why I clicked on the video was because the title gripped me. The title realistically gripped me for it. You know, we see it too late. You know, and Robin Williams on the fragile meaning of life. You know, when I saw that, you know, we see it too late, and then I saw Robin Williams, that's why I kind of thought, where it was like, you know, the demons, you know, the struggles we do in life, you know, it really takes a toll on us. You know, it really does. Like, it really does take a toll on us. And that's why, you know, it's like, it's only 9 minutes, and it's like, I have this on watch, because it's like the title's like, it's like, we never acknowledge anything negative. You know, the titles are, you know, like, we never acknowledge anything negative. And you know, that's the thing, like, we're like humans are very negative creatures. We're negative sponges. Like I don't think we are. I don't think we never acknowledge anything negative. I think we acknowledge it. We just acknowledge it because that's all we see. You know? Like all we see is negative sometimes. Like it takes a while to see positive change. You know? It takes a while to see positivity in anything in life. Like it takes it forever to be seen. Working out, dieting, mental health, anything like that. Success, like this, like what I'm doing. Like I can go full blown negative and just go straight down a negative rabbit hole and put myself into a negative spotlight. But why should I? Like let me take this for example. Oh, no one watches me. No one enjoys my content. No one does this. No one does that. Blah 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 blah. But here's the positive. I've streamed for 4 hours. I started streaming for 4 hours. Now I'm streaming longer hours. I'm trying to be more engaging with my audience. I'm trying to be more the word is not wanting to come out because I don't know the word. I don't know another euphemism for it. You know? It's like I try to see the positives as much as I humanly possibly can. That's why, you know, like I was listening to Alan Witz, because of that, you know, like trying something a little bit different. That's not going to work. That's not going to work the way I had.
Performing for the sake of just avoiding. For him, love is such a delicate thing that and even getting it back again triggers another one of the breakdowns. It's so fragile for him. And that's what makes it interesting. That's why I did it.
Sadness, and then you have to go, and there's also hope. I mean, sadness, it's always like, you know, you wish they hadn't happened, but they did. And the purpose is to make you different. It's what they call a Buddhist gift. I would call it the ultimate Christian gift. It's that idea of you're back and you realize the thing that matters are others.
See, like here's another chapter. There's sadness. See, you got to embrace sadness. You can't hide from sadness. You know, you can't hide from it. Even if you want to, you know, even if you want to hide from it, it's best not to hide from it. It's another one of your emotions that you need to. It's like anger, you know, everybody feels anger. Everyone feels sadness, grief, hardships, everything like that. Everybody does that. Everybody experiences hardships in life. And anybody who doesn't is lying through their teeth. You know? It's lying through their teeth. Alan Witz said that too. Alan Witz said that. Anybody who's not experienced their other emotions is lying through their teeth. Because everyone's experiencing it somehow. They just don't want to show it. You know, and that's why it's like you can't hide from your sadness. I think that's why everyone liked Robin Williams, because of the joy that he gave to people. Like, he was really full of joy. And he was really good. You know, it was sad when he took his own life. It really was. But it's just, like I said, fighting your demons, man. That's hard. That really is, because, you know, you at the end of the day, you're your own person, and sometimes you can have help, but, you know, support it, but you gotta believe in yourself. You know, you gotta believe in yourself, because that's, at the end of the day, that's the only thing that truly matters. You gotta believe in yourself, because you're gonna be standing on any hill, no matter what hill you're on. You're always gonna be standing on that hill alone. So if your hill is sadness, you're gonna be standing on there by yourself. And you best make sure that if you're by yourself, you love yourself. Because you're the only person who's going to come. You're the only person that's going to pull yourself out. And it really is. That's why I was able to snap myself back out from offing myself. Because I don't know what it was. Be it an angel, God, or whoever, the universe himself, crying for me. So, yeah.
Way beyond yourself. Self goes away. Ego, bye-bye.
You're not easy on yourself in this show, are you?
No. You know, as an alcoholic, I talked about, some warning signs, like DUIs in a cul-de-sac, things like that. The idea of, have you been through it, to talk about it and see, this is what you go through. Heart surgery, alcoholism. I went to rehab in wine country just to keep my options open. These are things you got to talk about.
Talk about? No.
Why is this such a heavy-duty problem with drugs? That addresses the psychology of a nation. That's why I talk about it, trying to tell people you do. Just say no, just say Noriega, no, beyond that. There's something much, much deeper. And yes, you're right, there is something wrong. But people are slowly waking up. The time is over for just sitting going, it'll be taken care of. And I tried to address it using the only weapon I have, comedy. And that's all we do. And I hope people wake up, and they are. We ask for your help, and we'll try and help from this end, and we'll meet, and there will be a kind of gentler nation one day. Thank you.
See, that's the thing. He was an alcoholic, and when I drink, but I drink rarely, and Irish cream is my I found out that Irish cream is my poison for alcohol. I could drink Irish cream all the time. If I wanted to, I could drink Irish cream and become an alcoholic. When I was 14, I actually I started smoking when I was 14. 13 or 14. I tried inhaling when I was 14 because I thought it was cool. Didn't do that shit again. Here in Arizona, it's recreational now. Marijuana is recreational. I tried it. I enjoyed it. Won't do it again. Fucks with my mind too much. Fucks my mind up too much. I can't focus. I can't concentrate. There's just no way to. So I gave that up. So there's a lot of stuff. That I definitely could become an addict. I'm glad that I didn't try. I'm glad that, by some gracefulness that I never tried. The hardcore stuff. But I'm grateful that I never did. Because I told you a story before when I was homeless that someone that I was trying to make some money with, smoked rocks in the back, and I smelled dry ice, and that's when I realized what rocks was. I now know what the smell of rocks smells like. It smells like dry ice. Weeds, marijuana smells like skunk. So, yeah, I got into it with a bunch of crowds. Like I said, got into a bunch of crowds. Glad I was able to get myself out of it for just a little bit of pocket change. realistically. Just for a little bit of pocket change, I almost got myself into trouble. Goes to show you that, you know, you'll do anything just to make money, but you gotta be careful around the people you do. So, yeah.
We all have a great need for acceptance. But you must trust that your beliefs are unique, your own, even though others may think them odd or unpopular, even though the herd may go, that's bad.
I don't envision myself as a teacher or as I can't proselytize to people when we talk about drugs or anything. You just have to, I'm a player, and in the sense of just, in the process of playing, you can talk about some interesting things, you know, that there's things that, you know, why we've evolved to make that connection, to go on, to do amazing things, and the moment, I talked about this once, that there is that thing when you create, and you find that little tiny flash, you find some
It's like
idea.
bliss. It's bliss.
Because the brain gives you the same reinforcement that it does with sex. I mean,
That's right.
and the reason the brain gives you a little hit of endorphin when you create is just to keep you going.
Here's a taste.
Yes.
Keep creating, you get another taste.
Because you're only given a little spark of madness. And if you lose that, nothing.
Now, with his belief, you know, that's the thing. Like, you know, you gotta stick to your guns. You know, you gotta stick to your guns. Like, you're not gonna please everybody. You know, because he said himself, you know, just because the herd, you know, the sheep are you know, that's bad. You know, you're not gonna please everyone, and that's what I've tried. That's what my father taught me, is like, you're not gonna please everybody. I may be center left, but I agree a lot more with the right than anything. You know, I believe that abortion is wrong. Any type of abortion is wrong. You know, that's a life. And I used to be where it's like, you know, I used to be on the side where it's like, you know, these circumstances where it's like I would allow you to have it. Not anymore. Now I believe that it's a life. Why should the life be terminated because of that? You know? I'm into anime. And you know, and it's like, you know, and the anime community gets a bad rap because of lolicon. Because they think we're predators. It's a drawing. There's you cannot go out in the real world and find this portrait of a child, of a lolicon. You can't go out and find that. That drawing, you cannot go out and find that. Can't find a child of the exact same. But if you harm a child, I'll gladly go to prison for it. So it's like your beliefs. You gotta stick to what you believe in. You know, and it's like most people say, well, isn't that an oxymoron? You're an anime, you like lolicons, but yet you're considered a predator. No, because there's two different types: flesh and blood, paper and ink. There is two different distinctions between that. If you can't make that distinction, there's something wrong with you. You know? That's the thing where it's two different things. They're not night and day. They're not that. They're completely different, separated concepts. You know? Cuz it's like, you know, cuz you can go to jail for being a predator, but you won't go to jail for having a drawing. You know? Now there's some people who take inspirations from real people and put them into their drawings. Yeah, don't do that, because that's going to get you in trouble, because that's a no. That's a no-no. That is wrong on so many levels. No. Stop that. That's a blur line. You're trying to blur the lines, and you're not going to blur the lines. You're going to keep it black and white. There's no gray. There's no grayness in this conversation. It's black and white. You're not going to grade out you're not going to try to grade out as what you're trying to. And the thing is, it's like, and it's like, you know, I'm for government, but I'm not for big government. I'm for government helping out the people when it needs to, because if you take it like the government is like the chief of the tribe. Since we're a village, the government is like the chief, understanding of how to help the people. You know, like I'm for government. I'm just not for the big, and that's how I see it. You know, I'm for government and stuff like that. Like small government, no, because like the government has to be able to help out its people. Because if I was for no government, then then there would be no government at all. Because then each state would have its own, each town would have its own laws and stuff, instead of that. So like, no, I'm not for that type of stuff. So like, there's some beliefs that I've changed, but I still hold, you know. Because let me branch off a little bit more off to the lolicon predator, because like I said, there's gray lines that can get burned. I like centaur girls. In anime, I like centaur girls, centaur women. Does that mean so it's like that's the same argument of being like of liking animals. You know, it's like it's a drawing. Like there's more like there's no gray area at all. So always remember that between that, where it's like people try to make it to where there's a gray area. It's like, no, there's no gray area. It's black and white. Just wanted to put a little bit more information out there for that.
Basically, when you're really firing and it really works, it's like musicians have said it, or writers say it, you're just channeling. It's truly that's why you say that divine inspiration, which just passes, you're just letting it through you.
Just wanted to ask. Robin, real quick, about what's his favorite type of movie in terms of ones that make social impacts or ones that are fun, loving, like Aladdin, for example?
They both, I mean, I love doing both of them because I think in their own way they both have some effect. I remember people coming up after Aladdin and saying, you know, it was such a great thing that they could sit with their kid and laugh as much as their child. That I think is a great thing. It's like, you know, Sullivan's Travels, where you see people just having a wonderful time, especially in times like this. Why you do a movie is to learn, to expand yourself, to push yourself. It was like Peter Weir when I did Dead Poets Society. He said the power of silence. That he said, you don't have to do anything and make a point. Or the power of thought. But you know, you learn something and you make a movie, which is a double bill.
Yeah,
and you get paid. But it's, I mean, that, if the truth is, if they knew it, I'd probably do it for much less.
Divine inspiration, you know, that spark of divinity that makes you want to do stuff. You know, I never wanted to do YouTube or stream. When I was a kid, I actually didn't want to be in the spotlight. I wanted to be an NPC in the background. I wanted to be the background character. Realistically, no one knew about, no one cared about, no one ever saw. I always wanted to be just a fade in the memory. Like, you would see me once and then I would disappear forever. You would never see me again. You would never know. You would have this, you know, you'd have this tiny vague memory of who I was, but it'd be so small that your brain would probably not even could function without it. And what made me start YouTube and streaming, you know, and this is what really got me into it. It wasn't about making money. It wasn't about anything like that. It wasn't even about being in the spotlight. What got me to making YouTube content and got me to make streaming was when I used to watch content, I didn't like the content I was seeing. The content I was looking for was not out there. I couldn't find it. And every time I would see someone playing these games I thought were interesting, I'm like, they look stupid. Like they made absolutely no sense. I didn't like the way everything. I didn't like the style they were doing. And I'm like so I wanted to be more of a. I wanted to show people my style. You know, I was like, you know, it's like all these styles, like I see like the style I'm going for is what your average person would be like. You know? See, that's the thing where it's like that was my spark. I was like, because I kept seeing all these videos of like everyone just being loud and exaggerating and stuff like that, and I'm like, I don't find this entertaining. You know? Maybe that's just me. Maybe I just didn't find that entertaining. And, you know, I watch VTubers. You know, I watch a lot of other people play that are just a little bit more loud and stuff like that, but I guess I'm more watching it to be, just try to feel like, just to see what it's like still. Like, I'm still watching stuff like that because to me that's more, because it's like I watch a lot of these videos. Like ever since my accident, ever since I had my accident, I've been watching a lot more of these these types of videos, and they're more. These are the videos I like to watch. Now those other types of videos, like those loud and obnoxious, I'll watch occasionally. But most of the time, I'm watching a lot of these videos, where it's like, you know, you're feeling calm, you're centered and stuff like that, and I feel like that's more the style, you know, I try to put out in my content. You know, like even if I do make videos, let's plays or whatever, like I'm trying to show like the average person, you know, and stuff like that. And when it's like the NPCs, like I'm not trying to be an NPC, but like I would almost like you could almost, like if you you could almost say that I was. Like you could almost say I'm like an NPC. Damn near close to it. I'm damn near close to that. But it's like not, but it's more along the lines of I'm not trying to be that, but but where it's not like I'm just going with what my code says, like the code you have. More along the lines of I'm just using that as a bit like that's something where it's I'm damn near close to becoming something like that. You can almost say that I'm like that, but not really, but just the average person who's like that. So yeah, that was my divine inspiration when I wanted to make content, was like just being average, you know. There's no reason to be loud, obnoxious, you know, exaggerating details, you know. And it's like, you know, when I PvP, you know my PvP videos that I've made on RuneScape, those were fun. Those are what I want to feel like. I don't want to feel that excitement 24/7. You know? And you know, I don't want to feel like 24 I guess you could say like 24 hours, you know, let's say 23 hours and 7 days. Like there's 1 hour a day where it's like I don't mind having an hour where I'm just loud and in basket, where I'm I'm loud. You know, and that's the thing where it's like I was trying to do with my videos, was be more like that. Hold on a second, maybe I can do something a bit different. There. See how that looks? Still doing the grind.
I don't know how much value I have in this universe, but I do know that I made a few people happier than they would have been without me. As long as I know that, I'm as rich as I ever need to be.
You know, some movies you do for money, and those are the dangerous ones. Bulldog. The idea that you do those and you go, you know why you're making it. It's a kid's comedy, you know it's going to be silly, and you know that's going to be up for grabs. But with something like World's Greatest Dad, it's like, well, you do it as a labor of love, and you do it with friends who you feel like you can do it with and say, hey, we're both in this together, and that's kind of wonderful. They're all done with this kind of love. You commit to it and go, whatever happens, I'm in, I'm proud.
Yeah, see, like that title says, you know, make people happy, and that's the thing. That's the thing when I first started, where I first tried, where it's like, you know, you know, my videos weren't doing so well, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I guess I just don't have the ability to make, you know, one person watch. You know what I'm saying? Because I always, like, I told myself that as long as one person watches me, then at the end of the day, I've done something that no one in the world can do. And that's have one person watch, or one person interact, or one person engage, or one person just be there. You know? And when I started trying to make money off of it, when I started seeing where it's like, you know, I can make money off of this, then that's where I guess I kind of got sidelined, because then it became more of a chore, to where now all I see is money, and I'm not seeing the enjoyment of it like I did before. Now I do. Now I actually see the joy. I actually see the joy of it now. You know, like I actually see, like I see the joy in doing it for enjoyment. So like because I know that if I'm not enjoying it, then I know no one is going to enjoy it, because, you know, that's the thing where it's like, because like you have to enjoy it yourself, you know, like that's the thing where it's like I have to enjoy doing what I do, or no one else is going to enjoy it. Because, you know, people can see fake, you know, and I think that's why I never will. I think that's why I'm not loud and bombastic sometimes, because it's like I'm trying not to be fake, you know, trying to be more to who I am, you know, and stick to that, because I know that by doing so, that will draw people in, you know. That'll draw that one person in, and I'll be able to draw that one person in that I'm seeking, you know. Because that's the thing. Like I said, you know, it's that one person that you look for. And I think that's why I'm glad that I'm small too. You know? Because being small allows me to interact with you guys a lot more easier than if I was big. So, like, you know, being big you lose that you lose that that connection. You know, that's the thing. You lose the connection. Being big, and being small just allows me more opportunities to get to know the people who watch me. You know, like, you know, it's like, that's the thing. It's like, you know, that's why I'm glad that I'm small. You know, it really that really gives me, that really helps me. That really helps me. Because I get to interact. I get to be more interactive with the people, with people. Instead of being big and then just trying to manage a big community. You know? Oh, we're watching a video right now. I'm discussing a video right now. While I do some crafting, we're discussing a video on stuff. So, but yeah, like I said, like if I were to have like, you know, 10 people, if my community grew to like 10 people, I think I'd be okay with that. But yeah.
It's always what I want to do, is to try different things and kind of always change perceptions.
And change the rhythm. You could...
Yeah, break up. It is a rhythm. It's basically saying, okay, now we hit it, you know, that, and then, you know, hit a little harder, and then back off, and then go berserk, like, you know, with the stand-up, which is just free form, and then come back and play something so controlled, like in 1 hour photo. Those are all possible, and having that range really helps. For me, it's great, and having great friends and family that just make life extraordinary, and a world to still go out and see and learn about, which is the most important of all.
Yeah, changing perspectives. Yeah, having your mindset change can definitely help you out. Like just changing just a little bit of your mindset can put a whole different meaning on yourself. It really can. Like it can set your mind just a lot more, you know, be it family, friends, or just community or whatever. It really does, you know, because it's like, you know, I don't know, it's just that it depends on what you want to change, you know. It all depends, you know, because what do they say, there's a saying, you know, you're born into a family, but that may not be your family, so you have to go out into the world and find your real family, you know. So like you could be born into a family that you don't like, that just doesn't work with you. Okay, well then go out and find your real family, because they're out there. Or go out and find your community, they're out there, you know. That's the thing. And so it's like, you know, and like with my habits, like, you know, because they say like it takes 21 days to get into a new habit, you know. And I've been trying to get into some new habits too, you know, like I said, you know, waking up at, you know, I've been waking up at 1 o'clock for quite a while, you know, almost about for quite a while I've been waking up at 1 o'clock. And so far I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed waking up at 1 o'clock. Now I'm trying to do a habit to where, you know, I take a shower each day. Like I said, I got athlete's foot, but I'm trying to change that so that my body can get into a trim, because I'm trying to also, while I'm in the shower, I'm also brushing my teeth. So like I'm trying to do that too. I'm trying to form a habit to where I brush my teeth every day, you know. And then come Sunday, you know, come tomorrow, I'm going to try another habit to where I don't have soda for one full day. I just have nothing but water. So just changing this perspective can definitely help you out. Like when I moved here to this small town, I was so against it because it was so small. There's nothing here. Now I'm okay with it. I've learned to accept it. I've learned to, like, I've learned to accept change with it. So like allowing your mind to change can also allow you to accept change, because life changes. Nothing stays the same forever. So that's why, just if you just change your perspective of it, then you'll definitely come out on top.
Just look at your own life and just realize what things are precious to you. That's what I did when I was doing it. I would come home and just realize how extraordinary that you have heaven in front of you. That idea that you have, look around and see the precious things, the connection with family, friends, the things and the people, especially in your life.
My kids are extraordinary. Did they go through rough times? Yeah, but you come out the other side and go, God, they're so amazing. I'm so blessed.
I would hope that there would be, if there was an afterlife, that would have the places that or at least a version of the places I've grown that I think are extraordinary here. Mountains, lakes, forests, beaches, the perfect curl. But also, a place almost like Venice. There's times in Venice to me, I've been there and I just go, my God, what a glorious city. And even New York in spring, where you can go, there's times in every different place that you've been where you say, this is paradise, or this is extraordinary. I would hope that there'd be something like that. And most of all, I would hope you'd come in contact with extraordinary people, like the ones I've met in life.
So yeah, so like the towel says, look at your life. I used to look at my life, as a kid, my life was very interesting. Nothing was realistically set in stone. My foundations were very weak. I had a weak foundation as a kid. And I think as an adult, my foundation eventually, when it cracked, when I about had my accident, like I said, I think the foundation just finally gave out, crumbled under my feet. Nate, what were you typing? Or did you, did what happened? I don't see it. It just said deleted by moderator. I don't have moderators. It's not like it's bad or anything. Huh. Well, like I was saying, I had that's interesting. I'm pretty lenient on my moderation on my chat. There's really not a whole lot to really worry about. But yeah, like my foundations were very weak when I was a kid. And as I got older, it just pretty much crumbled. And I think that's what caused it, because I didn't look at my life through much. But now that I see it, like I have experienced, like just because I've done a lot as a kid, that like I've traveled. I've experienced love, so-called love, as a kid very much. So, I've got to see different things. I've got to meet people. What are you trying to write? I can't. I don't know what you're trying to write. I don't know how to. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I really, like I said, I'm very lenient in my chats, so I don't know why. It must be Twitch's automation. That must be something that Twitch has. I think that's something Twitch has, because like I'm very lenient on some stuff, so I think that's just Twitch's way. Yeah, I think that's Twitch's side. Yeah, I think that's Twitch. I don't think that I can do anything to stop that. I think whatever you're trying to type. Head to my Discord. Head to my Discord. That might that should probably fix it. If you're trying to type something like that, if you're trying to type something that Twitch is like saying that it's wrong, then try going to my Discord. That's about the only thing I can say if you're trying to type something that Twitch is causing it, because I'm like I said, I'm very lenient. I'm very lenient on my chat. Like I don't realistically have it heavy moderated. It's very lean. Because I want people to experience chat where it's like, you know, you can say, just be respectful, don't be an idiot, don't be an asshole, and just and try to use common sense. So yeah, kind of interesting. But yeah, you know, I look back on my life and yeah. Oh, okay. Well, like I said, I just want to make sure, because like I said, I want to make sure because it's like, I know I'm very lenient on my chat, so I want to make sure that, I just want to make sure that it's not something interesting. But yeah, I'm very, you know, looking back on my life, you know, it's been very interesting. You know, I wasn't, you know, when I did have a job when I was a teen, I didn't really think of it as much, you know. I didn't really think as much on my life, looking back on it, as much as realistically. You know, it was more along the lines of just, I was more carefree, you know. But as you get older and you start you start to get older, your mind starts to harden, and you start to be this person where it's like, you know, you need to focus on this type of stuff. And I think that's why I'm trying to get more back on to, like I said, you know, if I only have like one person watching me, that's fine. You know, if I can get a part-time job to at least pay for just the few odds and ends I can, if that's the only type of job I can get as a part-time job, I'll be okay with that, you know. Because, you know, you still need money to survive in this world. But, you know, just looking at the life, I could say it's been very interesting. And that's the thing, where it's like, you look on your life, and because sometimes, you know, you can look back on it and you can see where you're going, you know. Like I've had I never, when I first started making content, I just wanted to show people something different than the bombastic high energy type of stuff than what most people were doing. And that's what I wanted to do. Is to show the average type of person, and pretty much be okay with that. And I'm starting, I'm starting to get back into that rhythm. You know, I'm starting to get back into that rhythm of just accepting that, you know. Because if you think about it, like the likely, because it's like I know, because I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this. Money was never an issue with me, even as I was getting older. But the moment I started now focusing on money, is the moment it became an issue. And that's the thing, like, money is really just money. It's a necessary evil that's a pain in the ass to deal with. It really is. Because like up until my 30s, I never worried about money. I never cared about money. Never worried about it. But then all of a sudden, the moment I started getting to my 30s, it started becoming an issue. And I think that's when I realized that my father isn't going to be here for here. So I started realizing that, you know, not only that I won't be able to live with my father for long, but the fact is that, you know, if you can't take care of yourself, then you're pretty much going to be in trouble. And I think that's why you know, for like 2 years, like I've told people this too. Do you know, for 2 years when I was on the streets were the best years of my life? the absolute best years of my life being on the street for 2 years. I didn't have no bills, no worries, and nothing whatsoever. If I would have had a tent, when I was homeless, my YouTube and my Twitch channel would never exist at all, because I would have stayed on the streets, because I would have been more free. You know, I would have been more free than having a computer, a house, a cell phone, bank account, you know, stuff like that. That where it's like, you know, the society world puts a stress on you that homeless doesn't. If you think about it, being homeless, you really don't have a lot of stress, realistically, than you think. You know, as long as you can feed, as long as you get food, a tent, and somewhere to go, and water, you're pretty much set. And I was pretty much set. All I needed was a tent. But now that I have all this stuff, I try now to understand that this stuff helps me towards something that's a little bit like, I don't know the goal this life is leading me towards now. Like I never really had a goal for what I wanted for this channel, for this Twitch channel, for my YouTube channel. I really didn't. I never really did have a goal except show people that this is who I am, and I'm not going to be this loud, bombastic, hyperactive person. Realistically, you know, just try to be myself. You know. So, but yeah, looking at my life, it's been pretty interesting.
Powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. What will your verse be?
I think your legacy will be? God knows. I don't know. They had a thing recently where they showed a clip of all the HBO specials I did. It was like going, I'm still alive. Why are they doing? I don't know what my legacy is. Is that that I had a good time, and I think also that I've tried different things throughout my career, and I hope to keep doing that, and to keep working with interesting people.
Make your life spectacular.
I know I did. Just keep going. Find that thing you love, because it's tough work. And my father gave me this advice when I said I wanted to be an actor. He said, have a backup profession, like welding. But I think if you can find that thing that really gives you joy, that'll be it. For me, it's all comedy, stand-up, and acting too, because it's exploring behavior. But it's tough work. If you can get it, even better.
You realize there are a lot of amazing people out there to be grateful for. A loving God. And other than that, good luck. That's what life is about.
Yeah. 1951 to 2014, when he ended it all. So yeah, you know, like I said, you know, YouTube and Twitch were more like just something to do. You know, just something to do on the side. Not trying to make it into not trying to make it into a business. Not trying to make it into a profit or a career or anything like that. Just something to do. And that's why I try to get back more into making him just for fun. You know, while also having a real job. You know, something on the side, a part-time job on the side, so that way I can do the stuff I want to do. Where it's like, you know, I continue to stream, make YouTube content, and then I can travel. You know, because I would love to do that. I would love to travel, go to another country, you know, once a year, and just experience it for like half a month, you know. Because it's like, you know, because when YouTube first started, you know, it was just based on just having fun. That's all it really was. It was just based on having fun. Nothing really major. Nothing to try to make it into a career or something. Now is it possible to make it to a career and make a living? Yes, it is. The likelihood very low. And that's the thing where, like, you know, I stopped. You know, when I was in my 20s and I was doing that, I was chasing that dream. I was chasing that goal. And 10 years 10 years of chasing it, I realized that it wasn't something. It just wasn't something for me, because I'm not that type of person that can just, because my editing skills suck. They really do. My editing skills are very terrible, and they always have been, because I'm just not that type of person. You know, I'm really not. Like I said, I'm more of a background person. Like I'm not the hero of my story. Like everyone says, you know, that you're the hero. You're the hero of your own story. I'm not. I'm not even the sidekick. I'm the background character, and that's how I've always seen myself. I've always seen myself as a background character. You know? Maybe like a bard telling a story in a tavern. Just telling the stories of life. You know? Because maybe that's why, you know, maybe that's why I never really, I should start focusing on. You know, go from being a background character to a sidekick. And then going from a sidekick to a sidekick to the hero. You know, maybe I should start doing that. But I don't know. It seems like, because it's like, you know, I put myself yeah, you should be able to. Yeah, Nate, I don't mind, because I know you, so your link will be your link will be fine. I think you should be able to. I don't think I stopped anything, but you might have to, if it doesn't work, you might have to tell me the title. Just type in the title and I'll go search for it. Because I think my moderation, I put my moderation in that where there's no hyperlinks. So try it and see. If not, just type in the title and I'll search for it. But yeah, because it's like, you know, I'm already doing YouTube and Twitch, and I'm technically putting myself out there as the hero, you know, or as the chief of it all. So yeah, I think I put the hyper just because as a safety precaution. So I think only links that I put in are allowed. I think anybody else is no. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I remember this. God, am I getting copyright strike for this? Eh, who cares? I remember this.
Look at that. Another tortured soul. Another life of pain. Hey, Raven, check it out.
Butters? Oh. Hey, Stan. What's the matter with you? Well, my girlfriend broke up with me. Did she step on your heart with stiletto shoes? Yeah. Sure does hurt.
That's cool. I guess you can join up with us if you want. Yeah, we're gonna go to the graveyard and write poems about death and how pointless life is.
No thanks. I love life. Huh? But you just got dumped. Well, yeah, and I'm sad. But at the same time, I'm really happy that something can make me feel that sad. It's like, it makes me feel alive, you know? It makes me feel human. The only way I can feel this sad now is if I felt something really good before. So I have to take the bad with the good. So I guess what I'm feeling is like a beautiful sadness. I guess that sounds stupid.
Yeah.
No, Butters, that doesn't sound stupid at all. Well, thanks, Robert, for letting me in your clique, guys. But to be honest, I'd rather be a crying little pussy than a faggy goth kid. We'll see you, Stan.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. I remember that episode. Yeah, that's the thing where it's like, you know, you got to experience all the emotions you have. You know, don't just take the joy with, just don't take all that joy, euphoria. You got to experience the pain and downfalls of everything, and that's what I've experienced. You know, when I about had my accident. that, you know, I was that low in life that I had nothing to show for it. Now I'm happy. I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to still be doing YouTube and Twitch and stuff like this, like, you know. And it's like I you know, meet person. Everyone say hi to Nate. Everyone say hi to Nate. I met Nate. You know, and Crown. You know, Crown used to be here. You know, he used to watch me and stuff like that. So it's like I'm meeting new people. I'm experiencing change and stuff like that. So yeah, you gotta take that darkness. You gotta take the good with the bad. Otherwise you don't experience life and the enjoyments of it. You know. Because change is going to happen. Everything's going to happen. Change is going to happen. It's like Alan Witt said, you can't stay in a storm forever. You're going to come out of it. So as long as you enjoy what you're doing, you'll be fine. You'll eventually come out of it. And that's exactly what.